I'm wondering if maybe, because it says, mankind succumbed to greed and touched the forbidden sun, whatever. I'm wondering if maybe the power to turn people into devils was the power within the earth, and that it's possible that, because we're seeing Dorian Brody be like, whoa, we're so much stronger, we can do anything.
Right.
And they're easily succumbing to greed. We could be kings of Eldath? Awesome. So I'm wondering if in their manipulation of this ancient power, whatever it was, that perhaps they accidentally infused it into a mythical creature, a Jormungandr, and what happens when this power is revoked from someone with Saturn, right?
Right.
All was left is the skeleton. So people were saying, what if the red line is the remains? What if it's just a skeleton? What if Jormungandr is way bigger?
Right.
And that's, humanity defeated Jormungandr, and that's what's left behind. And that Emu now has the power that humanity had all by himself. And that's why he views himself as a god.
Emu has the power humanity has all by himself.
He has the fire that was within the earth.
I mean, but nothing
within the earth.
Yeah, because I think that would be the closest thing to hell or the underworld.
Exactly.
I suppose.
And that's that's why they're demons, because they're demons from hell. It's this power of hell.
But it's too on the nose, though, to be an actual place on Earth, I think. I think, because to me, it makes more sense that it kind of what you're saying is possible, for sure. But wouldn't it make more sense if it actually kind of goes in the same branch as Brook? When he died, he went to quote-unquote hell and he came back.
Yeah, I think that's pretty important for this.
Because also, too, remember, what's his face? Gandhi Golo say, Ethan, he can use Brook shit, too, I think. At least we're theorizing he can do it, right? Maybe, we're not...
We see on the right side of the mural, people have, halos, and they're coming up the elevator. What if that's people being resurrected from hell, turned into demons? If you look at the people, there's the people who are climbing up what I think is Zunisha with the stuff, but then there's people on the other side, they have halos. They're dead. So maybe they're bringing up the power. So maybe this is humanity giving the power to dead humans, reviving them as demons somehow.
Okay, so what if, because I think it all ties to the Undying Flame thing. I mean, I think honestly it's the One Piece treasure at this point in time. That's all I'll argue. But let's just say take it at face value. So you're saying that people died, went into hell, were resurrected, and then they brought back the powers of hell, or the devils, I suppose, and then they were making fruits in this way in the first world.
Not necessarily fruits. I was wondering if they were just
power.
They were just powering things with this stuff.
I got a quick question, because now you guys got me looking at the mural again. So we see
always a mural, bro. Always.
We see these people coming out of the hole with the light, and it look like they're on Zunisha. And you have a king there. But what if that's kind of not Zunisha, but that's actually a flood? Because you see the two of animals, and you see Noah's Ark, kind of. What if they intentionally flooded the world to keep whatever was down here away from everyone else, because they don't want another Jormungandr situation going on?
That could also be the case that Emu flooded the world because he doesn't want people to discover the source of his power.
Okay.
Oh, that too.
Okay. There's another YouTuber I follow. He's convinced that the crime Zunisha did was that at some point during the war he helped Emu. Emu tricked him into helping him.
Right.
And brought him up to the Eve tree, and that the Eve tree, what it was it was somewhere that devil fruits came from.
Or it could be a place where because the idea is that the devil fruits that we know of, all of them exist already in books, and there have been new ones since then, and you have to wonder why there are no new ones, as far as we understand. But exactly. Emu was able to make things that seem to be so supernaturally, whether it be the Cerberus, whether it be, and they're all Zoans too. They're not it's all beasts and creatures, that kind of stuff that you think would pertain to hell stuff. So, but maybe actually, if hell is another, if hell is actually a real place that exists and it's hidden underwater, but that place was flooded by Emu, or it was flooded during the first world events, or I can't want to call it, and then all hell really is like, if the underworld really is just a place underneath the water somewhere, that'll be some shit. Like where actual souls go. That'll be some shit.
Because we know that the roots of the Eve tree are above Fishman Island and would get it sunlight, but the actual Eve tree is where Mary Joa is now. We don't know. We don't know what happened to the rest of the tree.
What about Impel Down?
Impel Down.
That's man-made.
It reaches the seafloor.
It does.
Sure.
Hey, maybe there's a level 7.
Impel Down. Oh, I'd be crazy. Impel actually has a level 7 that's actually covered the underworld.
You make this place literal Dante's Inferno hell, and you like, who the hell wants to go down further in Impel Down? Everyone wants to get out. Nobody wants to go in there. So like, if you hide it under there, ooh, that's good. I like that.
Interesting. The 7th level of Impel Down. Okay, we could
maybe there's
7th level.
because in Dante's Inferno there's 9 rings of hell. There's 9 circles of hell. There's like subcircles, but so if there's like 3 levels below that we never got to see,
right? And yeah, you're right too. It's like normally people actually want to escape, but here you have a situation where like actually in reality it was there the entire time. I mean, also that may, because remember how you have that, and then you have that giant hole in Ennius lobby that just goes down to God knows where. So people want to say, so is that also another part of hell, or can you access hell through there too?
Garden.
So, well, I'm pretty sure we know that this is level 5.5. These people are the people that are going to see. I mean, it's possible that it's something worse, that Emu is maybe feeding the devils that he uses to empower people or something.
Mm-hmm. We know Magellan and Moria are both.
Because in Dante's Inferno, it's right after level 5, I think, is the city of Dis, which is where it's basically where all the devils like reside. It separates higher hell and lower hell, and having level 6 be something that is secret but known about, like it's a well-kept secret, but it's not. People who've been there obviously know about it. So like the idea of, this is the lowest level, don't go any further. Where would you need to go further for?
Are we sure that this was meaning Ivankov? Because he says the prisoners are unable to move. And the shit on.
Yeah, that's the thing, that's like these prisoners who aren't able to move, but suddenly they're gone, they call it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the idea behind their not being able to move is less of, we know they could move like at that moment, and more so, as prisoners, they're in a state where they're not able to like try and escape. And then suddenly they're gone is the idea. It's like, no, they couldn't have left on their own. They're way too weak. They're malnourished. They're freezing, depending on the level they're on. And then suddenly they're gone.
I don't remember Ivankov ever admitting that it was him and his group snatching the prisoners.
Well, because like some of them we know that they were in, and some of them do go to 5.5. That's for sure. Some of them do go there, but maybe other people actually do get warped away by. If there's some theory where there is a level 7, 8, and 9 Impel Down that actually is the gateway to the real underworld, then demons would be going there. But the problem is that
all the staff are dressed as demons, and Magellan is a demon too.
Is he confirmed a demon?
Yes. No. They have demon themes. They have themes. They have themes, right? That's the idea. The idea is that, because as far as you can tell, because I feel like if there were actual demons here, they'd be represented in the mural. We're actually going to see like a demon race of people.
I mean,
we do. We do in the mural. It's on the left. It's the big one.
That's an ancient giant, no?
That's an ancient giant.
As horns,
unless they themselves are the demons, because like
another thing that gets into question is the Oni, like Kaido, Yamato, and more.
Oh my God, Emu has wings. Oh, that's very first. That's Emu for me. Yeah,
horns, wings, and fangs. It's the thing we now see on all the demons.
People mistake that this mural covers all 3 worlds. I think it's just the first 2.
Yeah, that's what I said too. Yeah, I'll say it
hasn't happened. I mean, what we're in, nobody can draw it yet.
I mean, I don't know, because I guess the yeah, you argue it's like the whatever demon thing, and then the first world, because like the problem is that in this mural they're also holding the sun, and that to me is like, hold on, that means that they have, if this is the undying flame, that means that Emu at one point in time actually held the undying flame, or the ultimate power source, or the One Piece.
Yeah, I think that's why he's able to turn people to demons, because he has the power from actual hell.
Actual hell. Okay.
Or whatever.
The different
whatever
power,
the One
whatever it
Piece
is.
equivalent of actual hell is down there.
Because let's say it's actual, because we know we know that soul powers are real. We know that the underworld is real. We know that Emu has given people powers. We see with Dorian Giants and so on. But also, we can easily assume now that the power of Shank's sword, the Cerberus, and all the other powers of the elders are all from Emu. Emu also has the mark, which allows folks to travel through the quote-unquote abyss. Wherever the abyss is, we don't know, but it could be, I guess, maybe a portal that allows someone to bypass normal space and time conventionally by going through the underworld?
I think it's where Dorian Broggy are going.
I mean,
And on the flip side, Brook also has a freezing ability that he got from the underworld.
Right.
That freezing ability is not part of his devil fruit.
And here's the thing: the ninth circle of hell in Dante's Inferno, it's freezing hell.
It's freezing hell. Yes, it's called one. Yes, yes.
So there's an even deeper freezing hell than we had in Impel Down.
It's just hard to suggest that Impel Down, like maybe Impel Down could be a gateway, but it's like, well, is that the only gateway, or are there other gateways? Because like, you can have, let's say, a gateway that is, again, it could be Endless Lobby. Like, who'd ever want to go down to that hole? Or let's say whatever happened to Lucia Kingdom, maybe you could go down to that hole, and then if eventually you'd reach not the center of the planet, but you'd reach hell.
If hell does exist in this universe, I'm still of the opinion that the ancient weapon used on Lucia was originally a drilling weapon.
A drilling weapon?
It was like to make holes to get
It makes huge holes. Yes, yes.
Yeah, makes holes trying to dig up that power.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, otherwise you're not going to have the manpower to really do it if you're going to do it efficiently. So you just like, here's a big bore hole down, up, now we can get the power out.
But now, I mean, I want to do this, but I'm going to do this again. Now, when I think about the idea of Film Red and what is taught about Musica and how it was created, it's not necessarily created in the same vein as like you just drill a hole and you go down. It's actually has the same origins as the Devil Fruits in a way, where it's like, it's not necessarily hell or the abyss, but it's more like, well, it's the cruel and it's the sad and it's the depressing desires of man, like the negative emotions of man kind of coalesce to form something like a Todd Musica in the plane of existence. So you can argue that Emu is able to use that power because Emu's ability allows it to make contact with those powers in that plane of existence, whatever it is. And then boom, you have demons and slash things that will happen to Dorian Broggy when they get inverted, their souls get inverted. That'd be another idea too, where, because drilling, I don't know, just drilling down seems kind of crazy to me, but at the same time, if you have angels, quote unquote, that live in the skies, I guess you could have demons that live, quote unquote, in the ground. But it makes but it's like, how does it convert Dorian Broggy into demons then?
I have a question.
That's a question.
Regarding the ancient weapons now, because the first world we can obviously see is the most technologically advanced. The second world, where we had the one kingdom where everyone rebelled against, you can argue that they found technology from the first world and they were using that to, like, you know, have supremacy or whatever.
Right.
But could it be that the ancient weapons weren't weapons at all, but what they were using in the first age basically to like drill holes and, or of course, mine and do all this other stuff?
Yeah, they came later on, but actually their main functionality was to just help, let's say, I don't say terraform, but they'll be used to help humanity move forward and actually gain certain energy, resources, materials, all that kind of stuff. And then they want to beat weapon, let's say, later on, because of what happened with, let's say, the Jormungandr slash techno giant snake slash red line, and wherever the bird is supposed to be from, like, space. allegedly.
The word Goka, which is normally written with the kanji for flame, he replaces it with the kanji, or with the kanji for fire, he replaces it with the kanji for flame. So it's literally like the serpent of hell flame. So if the hell flame was brought up, somehow seeped into this serpent and brought it to life, during Little Garden, Dory and Brogy mention the one thing the giants couldn't ever kill was the blood-stained snake.
You see how like the worm and the, I guess, dragon, if it's breathing fire, both breathing fire, and there's something in the middle of them, in the flame.
Yeah.
Isn't that an arc? And then there's a lightning bolt coming from the arc.
Yeah.
Oh, it's literally the last
That might be a Nell. That might be a reference to a Nell, like legit on that. An arc lightning with.
Well, yeah, like basically, like, because NL had the Arc Maxim blueprints, but he got them from somewhere, you'd argue. We don't know where he got them, but he just had them, or he just knew them. And so we don't know why, but like Arc Maxim was clearly used for something other than, let's say, NL's desires. At one point in time, like, I think that it's like people escaping, where you have some folks that escape to the sky, other folks escape by, like, you know, the Noah Ark. So the NL Ark and the Noah Ark are two different means of escaping this war or this battle between the god of the sun appearing and then the god of the earth. So the god of the earth uses the hellfire serpent to fight against the god of the sun, or the bird, or whatever it's supposed to be.
What if what if the bird is actually a dragon? Because it looks like a dragon. It's breathing.
That looks like a dragon.
I can see that.
Do some dragons have wings like that? I mean,
yeah. Cole, remember the dragon from Ishura?
Yeah. Sure, okay.
If it's
Yeah.
a dragon, and like all of these beings are like evil, what it could represent is what's the name of that? The evil black dragon that was slain by Sigurd in Norse mythology.
Hold on.
Nita? Bait? No, okay.
What was the dragon that's Sigurd?
Yeah, the dragon is that dragon's Lukanoka of the winter. Yeah.
Fafnir is what I was thinking.
Fafnir?
The dragon of evil. Fafnir comes from both German and Norse mythology. In Norse mythology, it's Sigurd, the dragon slayer, that slays him. In Germanic, it's Siegfried. Maybe this is the dragon that Zoro kills, since he ain't killing Kaido.
Are we still on Zoro,
guys?
On the dragon.
ZKI, Zoro kills him.
I mean, a lot of the Zoro guys are coming. A lot of the Zoro fanboys are coming out of the woodwork saying that's gonna be a buff for Zoro. Though this all hints at a buff for Zoro. And to be fair, I thought it was kind of dumb, but I kind of see what they're getting at here, because Zoro, I think, does have the strongest ties to underworld shit in the crew. So
yeah, we need
outside of Brook.
Other than Brook.
Yeah. Other than Brook, right?
Speaking of Brook, if we're now going with the idea that the hell and the fire is all hellfire and stuff, that would mean that, much like Punk Hazard, we have confirmation that the underworld is both cold and also on fire.
Yes.
See you. Bye.